Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues. Everton finally make the announcement of the appointment of Sean Dyche as our new manager. Um, finally a bit of positive news after the worst 2 weeks I've ever endured as an Everton fan. He signed on a 2.5 year deal, and today he's already taken his first training session. Um, yeah, to me, the most sensible appointment. Out of the ones we were shortlisted with, or what the bets were, thinking we was going to get. Sorry, the betting companies thinking we was going to get. But it obviously still concerns me that we have absolutely no consistency at this club in terms of where we want to go and what, just a plan for the next 5 years or so. Like, this seems to be a divided opinion at the club. I think Bielsa was Mashiri's choice, and then Sean Dyche was the board's choice, and them two managers are well different to one another. Bielsa's attacking minded, and Dyche is defensively minded. Now, that is through experience. That's through, what can I say? What's the word? That's from what is track. That's their track record. That's what we've seen from them over the years in their managerial careers. But I do wonder if Sean Dyche was. He had no other choice at Burnley, I feel, to play a certain way. He did play, sometimes they did play pretty decent football, Burnley. They had periods of it, but most of the time it was very direct. Obviously, making sure, keeping a clean sheet, very Sam Allardyce style, to keep a clean sheet and hopefully nick a game 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. And that's something that we have been doing, but just the other way round, getting beat narrowly. God, very hard word to say. Throughout the whole season, we've barely been battered in a game in terms of scoreline. And we know all the issues evolve, surrounding them results, and the dying need for an attacker or a new fresh face in the midfield or the wingers. We need so many reinforcements. It's crazy. After all the money we've spent, but before I go back into Dyche, we've heard the transfer news coming out, which was expected because, to be honest, I was waiting for an announcements video of Sean Dyche with about 2 players alongside of him, because we like to market and advertise ourselves and surprise people, but I think we should be focused less on the advertisements of this club and more of, please advertise yourselves better on the pitch, and with your transfers as well. But yeah, we've heard the news that Conor Gallagher, we've made a move in for him. The same amount of money. We're basically doing a swap deal. Well, we're not really, because Gordon's not gone to Chelsea, but I think that was the planning in the works of Chelsea putting another bid for Gordon, and so just do a swap deal with him and Gallagher. But Chelsea have bought near enough every single player on the planet. But yeah, Conor Gallagher, reports are saying that he doesn't want to join the club. I think that's a real shame. I think Conor Gallagher had a very good season at Crystal Palace, or half a season, whatever it was. And I think he still needs to establish himself. I think he needs to have a few good years under him. And I think other teams, like, I think it's Newcastle and Aston Villa, I think, if he goes to Newcastle, there's so much competition yet again. And I think if I was Newcastle, I would have gone for James Maddison over Conor Gallagher. And I think it is Aston Villa. Don't correct me on that one, but maybe he'd be suited to them. But they're not in a very better situation than us, really. They're not really fighting for Europe. They're just kind of they've got a new regime with Unai Emery, but um, they're still in a boat. And I think he wants to be at a club fighting for Europe or whatnot. So Brighton would be a perfect move for him. I think if Brighton went in for him and if they do sell um, Casado, I've just said that's the same pronouncement twice, but yeah, I do actually think he should come to Everton, and he's probably obviously looking at the outside reports and the state of the club at the moment. But God, Everton are crying out for a number 10, aren't they? They're really crying out for someone like that, and I just think he's just a lot up to now, a lot better than Gordon, and I think he offers a lot more, and he's good at free kicks as well, long range shooting. We need a replacement for Sigurdsson, James, and any player, Barkley still. You know what I mean? We're just all them type of players we've done well under. We've done reasonably well. We've had successful times, if you could call it, with a number 10, or at least someone who, if they're not exactly positioned as a number 10, they've got the qualities to finish as a number 10 in them areas when they get the chance, wherever they are placed on the pitch. It's just, we're crying out for it, and I'm glad from us actually going in for a bid for Gallagher. I do believe he should. I know people are going to comment who are not Everton fans, and probably some Everton fans as well, that we are a toxic club at the moment, but I just think we're doing the right things. Gordon's gone, bringing negativity to the dressing room, being a pain in the ass. Sean Dyche has come in. He will not take shit from anyone. I just think this could be a big next step for the club, and I think Conor Gallagher would have been a brilliant addition. I really do. Obviously, in my head, I'm like, well, should we just go for 2 players and spend 40 million, or 3 players? Maybe go down. The Championship players are quite highly rated. I don't know, but it's good to see that we're actually going in for players like that. But yeah, it's a lot of work for Sean Dyche. No matter who comes in, this team is derailed of confidence. He's got a group of players who are more worried about other things outside their lives than playing football and being committed to this team. And they've let a lot of managers down, even though it's not all their fault. Obviously, managers have a big responsibility too, but I just feel like some of these players who have been here for a number of years now really continuously let us down every time. It is another recycle for this club. It's another manager with new ideas and whatever. But I did hear him say one time that he would join a club and he wouldn't just change. He wouldn't just go Sean Dyche style. He wouldn't just go, this is the way I did it at Burnley. He's going to look at the club and see what he's got and see how he could kind of go along with their foundations, but also put his own spin on it. Yeah, basically that. Like, I feel like he will still have his own style implemented into ours, whatever ours is, because I don't know. But I don't think he'll just, like, this is the thing with Sean Dyche. Everyone thinks, like I said at the start of the video, that he's just going to be the same old defensive-minded manager, but he's been at Burnley for years, and he's had limited funds, he's had limited everything, and he had McNeil on his side for a number of years. I mean, that's just saying everything. That he had to, put up with players like that. Obviously, they did a good enough job for him for a period of time. And this is his big step, Sean. This is his first real big club. And he's deserved it, I think. And I'm really hoping, because I do like him, and I think he's dead honest, and I just hope he's got something in it. He's got more about him than what we've seen, in the sense of his way of playing and formation and tactics and style at Burnley. I hope he does have more than that, and I hope, it'd be great if he does, because he will get the respect he deserves then. And I do really hope he keeps us up. But yeah, I've seen some pictures already and the players looking knackered. I think they just took them pictures. I think players are always knackered anyway because they're really unfit. But yeah, it's funny that the Everton admin posted pictures up like that. But yeah, it's a start of a new era. But I feel quietly optimistic about this choice. Yeah, I wish the best for him, and I really wish he really puts a stamp on the squad, and it, these players really, most of these players are lucky to even be playing for us. I'm sorry, but they are, and I don't think they realise it, and I think they can get better opportunities elsewhere. And if most of them do leave in the summer and we do stay up, I couldn't give a flying shit. I really don't have. I've stopped having this attachment to players. Obviously, we're not children anymore. Well, a lot of us aren't. Whoever's watching this, but you know, when you get older, you do have the odd player you get attached to. But I'll be crying back in the day if Gordon left and I was about 14, 15 years old. You know what I mean? It's just the way football is, and it's the way you are at that age. And but you just come to sense and realise that it's simply not good enough. And I'll tear my left arm because my right arm's more useful. Don't know why I just told you that. But anyway, to wear to wear the shirt and to represent this club. I think in life sometimes, I mean, you get pretty paid well here as well, and I get it's a short career and you might want to win everything, but I just think if it's your club, why would you want to leave? Why would you want to leave? Like, I just couldn't imagine putting another shirt on in my life, and there's plenty of reasons why and whatnot, but that's just my opinion, and it's my channel, and it's what I think. I just don't think you should ever, if you support a club, just put another shirt on, unless they're really low down and you're not getting paid much, like in League Two or Conference or lower. Yes, that's the only reasonable thing, because you've got a career at the end of the day as well, and you need the money. But you get paid enough in the Premier League, and if you don't want to represent your own club in the Premier League and get that type of wage, then you're just fucking shitbag to me, to be honest. But yeah, yeah, he's brought his backroom staff in as well, Sean Dyche. Like I say, he'd probably be working with a number of players right now to try and bring in, and also trying to see who he's got time before the Arsenal game of he can really take a real hard look at the squad and just, I reckon one of his first few words is who wants to be here and who doesn't, because I'm not fooling around and I couldn't give a shit what you think about me, and you've already got an opinion of me before I come in, because of my history with the club and whatnot. Just let's set this marker straight. And I think a lot of managers might do that anyway, but I could just imagine Sean Dyche doing it. And I think he'll just give more passion. I think Frank Lampard has come across too nice. Obviously, we haven't seen any dressing room antics or whatnot, or what he was like in his half-time talks and stuff like that and training. We don't really see much of it. But I can't imagine Sean Dyche will be anything like Lampard, and I think he'll really stick his foot up their asses and make sure they put everything out on that pitch, and fucking just start performing, because it's just crazily bad how these players perform for us consistently. But we have to see. We'll have to see. I feel like that's starting to become a catchphrase on this fucking channel. And also when I don't watch a game of football as well. But yeah, more positive. We've got till tomorrow night to find some reinforcements, or in my opinion, I think you can only do so much of the squad. I really do feel like we need some fresh faces in, and give some hard truths about some of these players as well. But yeah, hopefully I'll do more videos in the next 36, 28, how many hours left it is till the window shuts, and I can do a video on my reaction on some of the players we've hopefully brought in. Because if we don't, I'll be quite concerned. I'm going to be honest, really concerned. But we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you soon, Blues.